Welcome to the Explainer. Have you ever dreamed of getting a degree, a really good one, but with absolutely zero debt? Well, today we are breaking down a scholarship that can make that happen. It's the Brunei Darussalam Government Scholarship, and trust me, this is one you're going to want to hear about. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Let's start with a quote from someone who's actually done it. Muhaya Rahimzada Yito Alp, a past winner, said it perfectly. This isn't just about getting your tuition paid. It's about getting a world-class education in one of the wealthiest countries on the planet. That's the level of opportunity we're talking about here. So, here's how we're going to break it all down for you. We'll start with what this life-changing opportunity is, and then get into the nitty-gritty of what the scholarship actually covers. After that, we'll check if you're eligible, figure out all the documents you need, and then walk through the application process, because it can be a little tricky. And finally, we'll weigh the pros and cons to help you decide if this is for you. All right, so what is this scholarship really? Well, think of it as a golden ticket. It's a fully funded award from the government of Brunei Darussalam, open to international students just like you. It covers everything for diploma, bachelor's, and even master's programs at 5 of the best universities in the country. The whole idea is simple. You get a fantastic education taught entirely in English without the stress of student loans. Okay, so you hear fully funded thrown around a lot, but what does that actually mean here? Let's get to the part everyone really wants to know about, the money. Because when Brunei says all-inclusive, they really, really mean it. This package is designed so all you have to worry about is, well, studying. Now, what's so cool about this is how they've structured the financial support. It's not just a single check. It's a series of different allowances that are meant to cover pretty much every part of your life as a student. Let's dive into the specifics. First up, you get a personal allowance of 500 Brunei dollars every single month. To put that in perspective, that's about 370 US dollars just for you, for your own day-to-day spending. But they don't stop there. On top of that, you get another 150 Brunei dollars each month specifically for your meals. And they've even thought about your studies. You get an annual book allowance of 600 Brunei dollars. So yeah, your textbooks and academic supplies, all taken care of. And believe it or not, that's just the allowances. The real all-inclusive part covers all the big stuff. Your tuition fees? Completely paid for. Your flight to Brunei and back home again? Included. They provide you with a place to live, comprehensive health insurance, and even a baggage allowance to help you move. And maybe the best part of all, it costs absolutely nothing to apply. Zero. Okay, so the benefits are incredible, right? It sounds almost too good to be true, which brings us to the most important question: can you apply? Let's dig into the eligibility rules, because this is where you really need to pay attention. The first big hurdle, and it's a strict one, is age. For anyone looking at an undergraduate or diploma program, you've got to be between 18 and 25 years old. If you're going for a master's degree, you can't be over 35. And that date you see on the screen, July 1st, 2025, that's the cutoff. Your age on that exact day is what matters. Now, this next point has caused a lot of confusion for people in the past. You might have seen some conflicting info out there about PhDs being included. So let's clear this up right now based on the official rules for this year's scholarship. So let's be super clear. While some universities in Brunei do offer amazing PhD programs, and they might even have their own separate scholarships, the main Government of Brunei Darussalam Scholarship that we are talking about today is for diploma, bachelor's, and master's degrees only. PhDs are not part of this specific government package. So besides the age thing, what else do you need? Well, first, you have to be a citizen of any country except Brunei itself. You'll also need to prove you can handle university-level English, usually with an IELTS score of 6.0 or a TOEFL of 550. Now, here's something interesting. There's no official minimum GPA, but don't let that fool you. This is an incredibly competitive scholarship. You absolutely need a strong academic record and a great profile with extracurriculars to have a real shot. Okay, so if you've ticked all those boxes and you're eligible, congratulations. Your next mission is to get all your paperwork together. Seriously, think of this part as building your application arsenal. Having every single document ready to go and properly certified is a non-negotiable. So here's your checklist. You've got the basics, like a valid passport and your birth certificate. Make sure all your academic transcripts and degrees are attested. That's huge. You'll need your English test results, a really well-written motivation letter, and some countries will require a police clearance certificate. A couple of pro tips here. For your reference letters, make sure you use the official form they provide. And if you're aiming for a research-based master's, that research proposal isn't optional, it's mandatory. All right, you've got your whole document arsenal ready. Now it's time to apply. And you're going to want to listen closely here because this is probably the most important part of our whole explainer. The process is not as simple as just filling out one online form. For two of the universities, there is a critical second step you cannot afford to miss. So, every single person applying, no matter what university you're interested in, has to start here. You go to the official government scholarship website, you make an account, you fill out the main application, and you upload all those documents we just talked about. This is the foundation for everyone. But, and this is a huge but, this is where people can make a massive mistake. If the program you want to get into is at one of two specific universities, stopping here is not enough. If you only submit this one government application, it'll be considered incomplete, and you won't even be considered. We're calling this the two-portal rule, and you need to remember it. If you're applying to University Brunei Darussalam or UBD, you have to submit a second application directly on the UBD website. Same goes for the University Technology Brunei or UTB. You have to apply on the main government portal and on the university portal. It's a two-step process. Oh, and one more thing. Depending on your country, there might even be a third step, like submitting hard copies to your local Ministry of Education, so please check your country's specific rules. Whew! Okay, we've covered the amazing benefits, the strict requirements, and that tricky application process. So now it's time for the final verdict. To help you figure out if this is the right move for you, let's just lay it all out there with a simple pros and cons list. On the pros side, the funding is it's just off the charts. You're getting a top-notch education in English in a super safe and prosperous country, and there's no application fee. The downsides? It is wildly competitive with very few spots available. It's also tough to bring family with you, and those costs are not covered. And this is a big one. There are very limited options to work or settle there after you graduate. The scholarship has a condition that you must return to your home country. So there you have it, an absolutely incredible, all-expenses-paid opportunity to earn your degree. The deadline is coming up on February 15th, 2025. So after weighing it all, the only question left is the one on your screen. Is this your ticket? Thanks so much for joining us on The Explainer.